Hi, pussies, and welcome back to Therapuss. I am in Brat Green, I think, because Brat Summer is never fucking over, and I've been hearing this weird discourse that some people think it's over, and I'm just letting you know it is not. It's not over, okay? It's fucking not. It's weird. It's literally not even August yet, or I guess is tomorrow no, tomorrow's the 31st. It's literally not even August yet. Like, I'm so sorry, but it's something I'm passionate about. But yes, today we have Laufey on, who I just fucking adore. I've adored her forever. It's really rare sometimes that you find an artist that really stops you in your tracks with like their talent and their voice. And she is just like, oh my God, like once in a generation, like so beyond fucking talented. Like, I cannot emphasize this enough. And I saw her live the other day when she performed with Ben Platt. They went up and did something together, and I just remember, this was after she came on the podcast too, I just remember the second she opened her mouth, it was like some like magic was like, she's amazing. Also, I'm going to see her at Lollapalooza this weekend, which I'll be going to, and I'm so excited about it. I've never been, and I've heard it's amazing. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Laufey. Hello, pussies, and welcome back to Therapuss. Today, we have Grammy Award-winning Laufey. Hi, Laufey.
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Good.
So it is. Sometimes I forget. Laufey and I met, I think, the weekend of the Grammys. We met at the Spotify party, right?
We did, yeah.
You were coming out of that Cheap Shots thing, and I was walking in.
Yes, exactly.
Because I'd met her sister a few months prior, and her sister was telling me like we look a lot alike, and I was like, yeah, and then like I never really clocked it until it hits you in the face in person. You're like, oh, you guys are identical twins.
Yeah, we confused a lot of people at that party.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people, because there was like a girl that texted me and was like, I'm so sorry, like we couldn't like continue our conversation. And I was like, wait, I didn't talk to her. And then I think my sister didn't know her, but was scared that it was maybe somebody that she'd met before and forgot. So she just like kind of played it off as if she knew the person.
Right.
And then this person thought that she was me because she was playing it off that they'd met before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because you were telling me sometimes when someone will be like, Yunya, you'll like turn your head.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I always want to know
what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's on tour with you now, right? So you're touring with her. I see her.
Yes.
She comes out. What song does she come out for?
From the Start.
Yeah, she comes out from the Start, and she does her. Is it a violin? I don't know the instrument names. I'm very bad. I was very, very bad in middle school at the instruments. I played God knows what. But she does the violin, and the crowd goes wild.
They do. I always wait until like the very last moment, and when they think she's not coming out, I'm like,
yeah, I love it. You go, Yunya, and then she like, you always go like this.
It's so fun.
It's so fun.
I have like a little choreo thing where
It's
I like
so
bring
cute.
her in. And then sometimes there were a couple of shows where she wasn't there, and she was back in London, and I still did that choreography, but like she wasn't there, and I felt so fake.
Were people like screaming for her?
I think everyone expected she was coming. Yeah. I felt bad. I was like, oh no, like ladies and gentlemen, like get ready for nothing. So, yeah.
That's great. Well, speaking of tour, do you have a favorite place that you toured so far? Somewhere you hadn't been yet?
I don't know. There's so many cities that I love. I feel like I'm starting to like repeat a lot of cities, which is really fun because now I get to like go in and like not like kind of like maybe like go to like a neighborhood that isn't like the most like known or whatever. Oh my God, I went to Korea.
I'm so jealous.
I went to Seoul like a month ago, and it was so...
I've heard it's like life-changing.
It was so cute, and the food was so yummy, and the shopping was really, really great. Like,
what's the shopping like there?
Well, it's really good for me because I'm not that tall,
right?
And I'm half Asian, so it's like it kind of like worked for my body type.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't need to hem any of the trousers from here.
I always need to hem trousers, and I'm short too, so maybe I should go shopping there if I'm ever there.
Yeah. They're so on the pulse with everything, and I like played a show there, and I love it having local glam teams because everybody does makeup and hair differently.
Right.
So like I kind of get like morphed into whatever's like popular
over
in
there.
each region. Yeah, it's
Oh,
really
that's
interesting.
amazing.
So like I find when I'm in Eastern Asia, like the makeup they do on me like really brings out my Chinese features. But so yeah, they did like the kind of like the K-pop idol makeup on me.
So cool.
And it was so cool, and I looked so different. It's crazy how much makeup can do, and it was still like natural makeup.
I need to see photos of this.
Oh, I'll show you. It was like, it's funny because like I feel like in Asia or in Eastern Asia they really accentuate the roundness of eyes. Like they want to bring eyes in, whereas like right now, like I find when I do like shoots and makeup here, it's like bringing the eyes out, you know?
Oh, okay.
It's very interesting.
It's a great attention to detail.
Yes.
I was watching a video the other day, not to talk about myself, but I was in it and I was like, oh yeah, that's just fair warning. And it is, I feel so bad about it. So I'm apologizing for it in advance. I am the worst person when it comes to cutting people off. I am really working on it.
Oh, no. Don't worry. You have a lot to say.
Thank you. That's nice. Louise yells at me every time. What was I gonna say? I was watching this video of myself and my hair was like here and I had no makeup on and I was like, wow, makeup's important. Like,
I was like, you're watching videos of yourself. That's brave.
yeah, I was like, oh my God. Editing this podcast with Nolan is so hard because I hate hearing myself talk. So
that
like,
would be difficult as a podcast.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Do you listen? Speaking of hearing yourself, do you listen to your own music?
So I do when I'm like in the process of creating it and like to listen to like different mixes and stuff like that. And then I kind of don't, but then every now and then I'll have a drive where I'm like, I just like listen to my albums like from start to finish.
Right.
Either it like usually to make myself feel more confident because I'm like, if I've made an album before, I can make another one again.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun to listen to it after not having listened for many months and like.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait, so I've been meaning to ask, how did you would describe your type of music as jazz, right?
Not completely jazz. I don't know. It's hard to describe it. It's like some of the songs resemble jazz standards, and that's kind of like my background where I came from. Like I studied jazz and wanted to be a jazz singer growing up, but the music is kind of a mix of jazz and a lot more classical recently as well, and pop and kind of like songwriter. So I don't even know. It's definitely not like straight up jazz, although I really want to do like a jazz album in the future. But
and how well, that's amazing. That it feels like your own lane that you've just kind of like sculpted for yourself.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
so
know
cool.
what I'm doing, but
no one knows what they're doing.
Fun. No, this is true.
No one knows what they're
This is
doing.
true.
I never know what I'm doing. Not that I'm a pop star, but I never know what I'm doing.
That's how you accidentally find something, because
yeah,
like you know you're doing something unique when you don't know what you're doing because it's never been done before.
Whoa, that was amazing.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was.
I feel like I just said so many words. And
no,
like
that was
said nothing.
That just like opened up my third eye. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know you're doing something amazing when you don't know what you're doing because it's never been done.
Yeah, because it's like if you're carving a path, right? It's like if things have been done before, like being a doctor is so noble.
Yeah.
Not like shitting on it in any way. Like I could never, like a lot of people in my family are doctors. It's the most amazing thing. But like that road's been carved before, so you're like walking it, you know?
Right.
Or like same with like a banker and stuff like that. If you're like walking through the bushes and you're like, you know, like creating your own path, you have no clue what's ahead, but that's how you know you're making something unique.
That's amazing. And I think that'll really resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah, well, you know, we live in this new world of like, there are so many new jobs and stuff. Like that was my biggest surprise, like getting into this industry. I don't know if you feel this as well. It's like, it's so DIY.
It is.
It's so DIY.
There's just jobs that like I had no idea existed.
Yeah.
Like, this person is hired to literally take photos of you all the time.
Yeah.
And then this person is like, well, we were talking and Yunya is your creative director, right?
Right, exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we didn't know that was the thing growing up.
Yeah.
But that's like sucks up all her time and like a full-time job, and like I couldn't live without a creative director. But that's like for example, another thing that like
I had no idea existed either.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe in like, I mean, they definitely existed in the past, but I think maybe with like social media rollouts and like TikTok and stuff, creative directing is like more important than ever.
Absolutely. I
You
mean,
know?
music is now not only a sonic sport, but it's a visual sport. Not that I've done any kind of sports in my life, but it's such a visual thing. Like, how do we consume music? I mean, my whole like journey in music has been completely shaped by social media. People have seen me from the very beginning. They saw me before they even heard me, you know?
Wait, can I ask how you started?
I started, well, I've been a musician my whole life. My mom's a violinist, so I kind of like went straight out of the womb into playing a tiny violin. But I started just posting. I was at Berklee College of Music, and we were thrown off campus because of COVID. And I thought we had like a 2-week break, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to see if I can write as much as possible and post as many like little covers as possible in this 2-week window and see what happens.
Right.
And it's like the only time that I've ever said I was going to do something and it actually worked. And I actually did it. But yeah, it just like one of the first videos I posted kind of went viral, and I guess a lot of people were just bored at home on their phones, and I guess it was kind of weird. I was like playing cello and singing jazz standards at the same time. So I think people were like, whoa, this is odd, and she sounds odd.
That's so cool. That's so cool. And then you just literally like took it from there. And
yeah, and then luckily I had one song that I'd recorded at school with a buddy of mine, and I put it out kind of in the middle of this storm, and it just kind of kept on rolling. And I've never really, I was kind of like this, like people used to ask me like when I was first like moving to LA and going to meetings and stuff and like talking to managers and whatever, there was always this question like, who do you want to be?
Right.
Like in an ideal, like perfect world, like which stages do you want to be on? Like who do you want to be? And I was like, I literally have no clue. Like my idols are like Ella Fitzgerald and like Beethoven and like Taylor Swift. It was like, it made no sense.
Right.
And like Nora Jones, but like it was so hard to like.
You remind me so much of Nora Jones. I was actually thinking about that. I was listening to, it's Come Away With Me, right? That's the album. I was listening to Come Away With Me the other day, and I was, because I don't know, I think someone posted a TikTok to it. And I was,
she's having a little bit of a moment on TikTok.
Yeah, she is. And I thought, oh my God, this is really reminding me of Laufey.
I love her so much. She's become like a friend and just like a really good person to look up to. It's like very rare to have that kind of direct line of communication with somebody that I looked up to growing up, but also like has gone through so much that I'm going through right now. And she always gives me like the best advice.
Is there any advice that she gave you that like has really stuck with you?
Yes. Oh my God. She texted me. I sang with her like a couple of weeks ago.
I saw that. That was incredible.
I every single time I look over at her, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Like.
And hear her voice too, because it just sounds exactly the same as records. Can I get my phone for this?
Yes,
because she actually gave me a really good piece of advice. And
by the way, in terms of sounding the same as records, so do you live. It's incredible. You are such a brilliant live performer. I always am so entranced. Whenever the videos hit my For You page, I'm entranced by them.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
That is like so kind, and I truly like, I love recording. I love making albums. I love writing, but at the end of the day, like, I do enjoy performing the most. So the fact that's like the best compliment.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's like you really crush it. Like you're like made for the stage. And I love how what do you call your fan base again?
Lovers.
Like I love when they all wear the bows.
They're so cute.
They're really cute. They all seem like they'd be really nice to you.
They're all really nice. Like I look out and I'm like, oh, it's just like a group of friends.
Yeah.
And it's all a group of people too that I like growing up. I kind of felt like a little bit like the odd one out, like whether it was my style or my taste in music, and all I craved for, especially growing up in Iceland where I felt so different, like because I'm half Chinese. I also grew up in the States, so I just felt really loud and odd, and like I don't even know, I guess I kind of felt like a little bit of an old soul as well compared to everyone else. But all I wanted was like a group of people that enjoyed the same things as me, like and saw like life through this this sounds so cheesy,
No,
but
it's
like
not.
kind of saw life through like a very romantic lens, you know, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, like just like a kind of like a romantic lens. And I feel like the best thing that I've gotten to do throughout my career so far is just to create that community. And like I have that. I look out and I'm like, oh my God, like I wish I had this group of people growing up, because I see I would have felt so supported, and to have that now is like, that is my greatest achievement, I think.
And you know what? There's probably a little girl out there in the audience that is so happy that she has that community. You know?
I really hope so.
I know there is.
I really hope so. I just look out and I see how beautiful everyone's like dressed really well.
Yes, I was about to say her fans are dressed to the fucking nines, you guys. Okay, like you see they're outside Radio City. That she did a show at Radio City, for those who don't know, and sold it out, of course. The Lovers were outside and they bows in their hair, these perfect dresses, like literally to the nines, perfect, and they all
So
looked
perfect.
incredible, and like just like you have created the most incredible community with your art. Seriously.
Well, I honestly feel lucky to be a part of it. Like, truly, like, they are so cute. They're always dressed so well, and they're really kind, like, really, really good people.
Right.
I've never, like, come across, like, a mean one. Like, I truly feel like I don't really, like, encounter much hate online either. I don't really see that they're crossing in a bad way either. It's just, it's the sweetest thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that.
I feel like everybody just like woke up in a tree and like dropped down to earth and like came straight to my concert.
They like walked out. They like ran down from the tree and like holding a ribbon.
Yes.
And like
exactly. And
like jumped through the fields and like went to Radio City.
Exactly. That's what it feels like. Wait, I'm gonna find this advice because
I
it was
must
really
hear
good.
this Nora Jones advice. It's so cool that you text Nora Jones.
No, I know.
Right? Like that's so cool. I love Nora Jones. This makes me want to listen to Come Away With Me again.
I know. It's so cozy. Trust me, no one's freaking out more than me.
Yeah.
I'm like such a fangirl too. Every time I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, hello.
Yeah, Nora.
Nora. So what does she say? So the last time I was talking to her about just balancing touring and personal life and also like just being an artist as well. And she said someone wise once told me that you'll actually never really find the perfect balance. Trust your gut and you'll know what's worth the effort and what's okay to let go.
I have full body chills.
I know.
That's incredible advice.
It's I genuinely like I go back and like look at it every now and then.
Yeah, it really is just like what your gut tells you is always true.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's such thoughtful advice too.
I know, and it was like it just like came out of nowhere, and it just felt like I love her, and she's so kind, and I feel just so lucky to be living at the same time as her.
Wow, well, that is like an incredible mentor to have for what you do. That's like the most insane mentor you could possibly have. Did you grow up listening? Like, what did you grow up listening to? Did you grow up listening to a lot of Nora Jones?
So much Nora Jones.
Okay, yeah.
Like, she was, again, one of the very few artists or examples of artists that kind of that walked between those two worlds.
Right.
You know, that like grew up loving and knowing jazz and is an incredible jazz musician, but also like is a writer and has kind of like she's put her own spin on it and kept it and is very timeless, but like kept it so relevant for so long.
Right.
And yeah. Really,
well,
really
congratulations.
Thank you.
And now I have to ask you, Laufey,
Yes.
what are you therapist about today? I know it's something. I know it's something. I know you have something in there.
Okay. Yes, but it's kind of gross.
No, say it. It's fine.
No, it's kind of icky.
No, I say the nastiest shit on this podcast.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I have all these flea bites on my legs.
No, from
and it's
where?
so I don't know, and it's so itchy. And I've been at like shoots, and I keep on getting like a mix of flea bites and mosquito bites, and like I don't know, like they really want me. Nobody else does, but they do, and it's like
well, we know.
So
Continue.
anywho,
So they want you.
okay, yeah, there are a couple, but including fleas and mosquitoes.
How can you prevent that?
I don't know. Like I had to wear these boots. I mean,
Oh, that's why I was
Like
like, you want to take
stylish
off the
choice
boots?
too.
And you were like,
No. I'm not letting the dogs out right
yeah, I was
now.
like,
Like,
you can take off the shoes if you want. She was
no,
like,
like I mean, I
good.
can low key show you. It's like not. No, it's not.
Oh,
bad.
it's not as bad as
no,
you made
no,
it
it looks so
seem.
bad. No.
Okay, it's really
wait,
not
no,
bad.
Wait, let me show you a picture.
Okay, let me see a photo. Because that mosquito bites and, oh my God, flea bites. I don't even know what those feel like.
No, it's so itchy. It's so bad.
Ugh,
I'm
itching's
like,
one of my #1 things that I hate.
no, it's.
Do you have like cream you can put on it?
Yeah, I have like cortisone cream.
Okay,
like,
good. Oh my
no,
God.
I know. No,
Oh my
it looks
God. Oh my
bad.
God.
No,
Oh my
I
God.
know.
I
I
have,
know.
like,
I know.
full
I know.
body.
No,
I'm
I know.
getting
I know. I
itchy.
know. I know. Me too. Me too.
Oh
Me
my
too. And I've been getting these phantom bites, and I'm like all of a sudden, I'm like, it's bad. I love LA, and I love not being in Iceland, but like,
Oh my God.
like there are no flies there.
You need, I don't know what you
Like,
need.
I'm coming
you need
home.
bug spray. Yeah, you gotta go home.
I'm
for
going
a second.
home. I'm going home.
Wait, speaking of home though, I am curious what it was like to grow up in Iceland. I've never been.
Oh my God. I mean, it was very idyllic. It was beautiful, very, very safe. Like people, I mean, it's a very artistic community.
Right.
Like I feel like people are really incentivized to try to become artists. And like, honestly, a lot of my friends have like, okay. So like in the States, I feel like this very, it's a bit more traditional. Like you try to get into the best high school, try to get into the best college, like try to get the best job,
Right.
and all of it like aligns perfectly. And then you find a partner, and you get engaged, and you have a baby, and everything comes in an order. It
Right.
feels like in Iceland, the order is like completely jumbled up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
How do you mean?
people don't really like. A lot of people don't get married. Like they have babies before they're married, before they move in together. Like they move in together before they're married. There are like so many different, and then also university is like people take gap years.
Right.
A lot of people don't go to university. A lot of people do like a couple of years of acting school abroad, or like try to become a musician, try to become an artist. We have like the highest published books per capita in the world. So it's like, I feel like the community, whether it's both because we have a lot of role models set in place, or because of the, just the society, are really incentivized to try to become artists.
That's
which is
amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
That shows you that sometimes structure is the opposite of helpful.
Yeah, it's like, it's such a push and pull. I mean, I'm half Icelandic and half Chinese, so like the Chinese side is like so much structure, and I grew up like being a very like strict classical musician, so I actually had so much more structure than a lot of my peers. And I remember feeling so odd because of that. I felt really weird. I'd like go to like classical music camps during the summer in China and in the States, while kids were like going to work and just hanging out with each other. And that was, so I felt a little bit, I always felt really weird.
Right.
It's also a very homogenous society, so people do look very similar, and people, like, the beauty standards are set in a certain way for sure, and I never felt like I fit that, and it's just very, very small. So
do you feel as though now that you're like coming into yourself as an artist and you're getting all these accolades and you're selling out all these tours, like that has changed how you feel about yourself and like feeling like you belong? Like the lovers community, does that make you feel like,
oh my God. So, I mean, I look out into the audience and I see like hundreds of people that kind of look like me.
right.
There's so much power in that.
Yeah.
There's so much power in that. Like growing up, I didn't have any like Asian or even like mixed Asian artists to look up to. It wasn't there. And that is like one of the most powerful tools that we have, is like when we're young, we look at someone and we're like, I want to be them. I want to look like them. I want to be like them because they look like me.
Yes.
And so to get to look out into my audience and see a group of people that honestly like look like me, and like that is maybe one of the best things I've gotten. It's so validating and so nice, and having similar things that we relate to and stuff. I've gotten way more of that out of my community, like as a musician, than I did from growing up in Iceland.
And you really, really cultivated this community. You also have a book club for the lovers, which is incredible. I don't read.
It's a low stakes book club.
Okay, what do you mean by that? Because I want to get involved, but I haven't read a book for fun.
Ooh. No, I'm kidding.
I think the last book I read for fun was 2014. I think it was Gone Girl.
That's a crazy book to read for fun. I was like, surely it was like Normal People back when it came out.
It was
or something
Gone
like
Girl,
that.
and I was like, this is lit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a low stakes book club. It's just, I wanted to find a way to kind of bring the community together in some way. And my music is all about storytelling. It's all about stories. So I was like, what better way to do that than through fiction? And like, if you didn't finish the book, you can still join in on the conversation. If you like just like read the spark notes on the low, you can totally join in on the conversation. If you watch the movie or listen to it on like XXX speed, it's still a part of it.
Do you guys like meet on like Zoom, or like how do you?
There's so we have like an Instagram and
Got it.
you know, kind of like talk about it there, and then there's a Discord, and there's a meeting at the
Discord.
end of each month.
This is what I've been trying to look into. Everyone's telling me about Discord. Do you like it?
I am still a little confused by it.
Okay.
But I definitely have some help, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, that's where the community meets, and they have conversations, and
You have like such a smart, driven community. Like, it's amazing.
They're smart.
Like, they're smart. They read. I seriously, like, when I tell you I haven't read in like 10 years, I'm dead serious. Like,
reading's back.
It's back.
Reading's back.
Book talk. It's and you know what? I feel very left out that I'm not reading, so I'm going to take the Laufey book club and find something.
The thing about reading that I really learned the hard way is it really is training your brain to slow down. Like, like just deciding to read a book tomorrow is like extremely difficult.
Yeah,
it's
I can't pay attention.
No, of course, because my attention span is limited to playing 25-second videos on TikTok in 2x speed.
Right.
So every single time I get back into a book, I literally have to force myself to like slow my brain down. But it's really good for me. Like that is therapy for me.
Do you find, I don't know if you get anxious or anything ever, but
I get so anxious.
Does it help with anxiety?
I have so much anxiety.
Really?
It does, because it kind of closes me out of the world.
Okay.
But if I'm so anxious I can't start reading, then I don't even try. But it does help.
Do you have like a... Sorry, I just cut you off. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I didn't even know. No. Don't worry.
Okay.
Cut me off.
Do you get like pre-performance anxiety?
No, so I seem to get every single other anxiety.
Oh, that's amazing. Kind of.
That's the one thing I don't get anxious about. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
That's my job. But no, I mean, being on stage is so healing for me. Mm-hmm. That is the only time I was talking to my manager, and he was like, Laufey, the reason you're not anxious, the only time you're not anxious is when you're on stage, is because that's the only time you're present. And I was like, ooh.
Whoa. There's a lot of people in your life delivering a lot of words of wisdom.
I know. It's because I just talk constantly, and I tell everyone everything. So I'm getting advice up the wazoo, because I'm kind of asking for it too. It's great advice.
Follow your gut, be present. And they say it, you're like saying it in such a way that like I can understand it. You know what I mean?
This is how you know I'm anxious, because I'm constantly seeking advice. I'm like, I can't keep a thought to myself. I'm like, I have to let it out. This is like, I've told everyone that I have flea bites all over my legs.
You're
like,
me. That's what I would do.
Usually people like hold that shit in, and I'm like, like at the grocery store, I'm like, look at my feet. It's so itchy.
I also, it's such a weird, comforting thing when it's like we're looking for like validation in like our like anxiety, even though it's like, what validation do you need in flea bites? But it's like you want to like get ahead of it. Almost,
I know, like any kind of comfort in validation. Yeah. But no, anxiety. I have lots of it. I feel like increasingly. But
really? Okay. And do you think it's gotten worse with your success or better?
Probably a little bit worse. I'm not gonna, I mean, everything's higher stakes, right? So something like a cough, for example. Mm-hmm. A couple of years ago, I'd wake up, have a cough. I'd be like, great, maybe I can skip class.
Right.
But now I wake up and I'm like, the world tour.
Right. This is going to ruin the tour.
This is going to ruin the tour. Exactly. And so everything's a little more higher stakes. So all of a sudden a cough is something that's going to possibly have like real life repercussions, and I can't go on stage, which is my favorite thing to do, and then I'm gonna let people down, and that makes me so sad and anxious, and I know all of a sudden I'm 20 steps ahead, and it's like, whoa, it's just a cough, maybe I can totally get through the concert.
I feel like I really relate to you right now. I feel like we both catastrophize things.
Yes.
That's like all I do.
Well, that's what anxiety is.
Yeah. I'm like constant. Did you see Inside Out 2 yet?
I was just going to say,
How amazing.
Inside Out 2, it gave me a lot of clarity.
It gave me so much clarity.
So much clarity.
I was like, wait, okay. You know, it's sometimes okay to let anxiety win.
Yeah.
Like, you need to like let her have her moment sometimes, but then like also like you can't let her take over.
No, exactly. But you know, when she was projecting like the little, or they, the anxiety creature.
Yeah.
Whichever little like window. Sorry, I'm like rambling right now.
No,
but
this isn't a ramble at all.
The projections of the things that are going to happen. I was like, oh my God, I do that.
Yeah. And like, I just never like, I felt so seen during that movie.
So seen.
Like Louise kept looking over at me like, and I was like, whatever. Like, but it was just crazy. Like, and like anxiety like does care. Like it's just, oh my God, like that movie, like really, like I feel like should be mandatory viewing even more than the first one.
They should play that at schools.
They should. I think more than the first one because it really like helped me as a 24-year-old. How old are you?
25.
Okay. Almost same age.
Yes.
Like help understand what the fuck that just happened to me my whole
know.
life.
No, it just like, it kind of like detangled.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. But maybe it's my anxiety always needing to compartmentalize everything that loved the movie because it compartmentalized emotions.
But the movie is so good because like
good.
like too much of one emotion's always bad, but it's kind of like when people are like too much like you can't, you know, carrots are so good for you, but you can't eat a million carrots, they'll become bad for you. It's like too much joy, like you need to like regulate your emotions. Like,
I thought the best thing that it taught me, and teaching children everywhere, makes me, I'm like so happy that they have this movie. I wish I had it growing up. But was that it's okay to let every single emotion be a part of you. You can't be happy all the time. You can't be sad all the time. Like,
it's okay to be angry.
And
it's okay to be
anxious.
Yes.
It's okay to be
It's okay. Anxious. Oh, that movie was so good.
I know.
I need to see it again.
Should we go see it again?
I would love to see it with you.
Except we'll be like analyzing the whole time.
Yeah,
Every time anxiety comes up, we'll be like,
yeah, like us, you and me.
Literally me.
I need to ask you what it was like at the Grammys this year.
Oh my God.
Because you won a Grammy for Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it right.
Okay, yes,
cool,
yes.
cool.
It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. It was amazing. I was like, you know what? Like, the nomination is the win. Like, I was like, I'm totally fine for the rest of my life. I wasn't expecting it at all, especially this category is like, hasn't had a lot of like, younger kind of, like it felt very much in a certain category. So I was like a little bit scared that maybe, I don't know. I honestly had just taken it as a win. I was performing at the so I performed literally right before my category was announced. And that is the only time I've ever been nervous performing.
I was about to say I know you were nervous.
I was nervous there because it had nothing to do with the performance. Yeah. It had to do with the fact that I didn't even get to go back to my seat before they announced the category. So it was honestly kind of like a buzz of things. Like I just like kind of like, there was so much happening that I didn't even process like, oh, maybe I won't or like maybe I will win it.
When they said like, Laufey, were you like, what, oh my God, like what did that feel like?
Oh, I almost threw up.
Yeah, like.
I almost threw up. I was like, what? Like I really needed to go to the bathroom before I started singing. And I turned to my manager. He was like, no, you don't have time. And I was still holding it in. Anyways, I've fallen off the track. I went and I got the Grammy and I was just like, what? Like,
oh my God.
No, but the thing that's plagued me is I forgot to thank the lovers.
Oh, why don't you thank them now?
My dearest lovers, my sweethearts, my darlings, thank you so much for supporting me, and none of this would be possible without you.
Wow. You are so soft-spoken. It is like so common.
That's very, you are too though.
What is so funny?
Have you ever been described as soft-spoken?
No, but you know what? With Laufey, I am.
I think you're being very soft-spoken right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm trying to match you.
I think you're matching very well.
Oh, well. Okay. Well, my last question before we get into the tell me what's wrong is where do you keep your Grammy in your house? Not because I want to steal it, just because like I am curious. Like, where do people put their Grammys?
I haven't gotten it yet.
What?
No, I know. I'm
Wait,
like,
what do you
is
mean?
this a fad? No, I'm kidding. It just takes a while to get
Okay.
to. So
Because they have to like engrave it.
they have to. Yes, I think I'm going to keep it in like my library area, like
You have a
around my
library?
books.
Fuck.
Like kind of. It's like a corner library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to start reading. That's like what I'm learning so far is that I need to pick up a damn book because
There are so many different things. Like you can read like a brain rot book.
what in your okay, well I don't know if you want to out a certain book as a brain rot book, but like for you, what
For
type
me,
of genre?
that's a YA.
Okay.
Something that's a little bit spicy.
Yes.
It's really fun
Yeah.
for like a brain rot book because that like reads like a movie, except like more detail.
Right. Books do give so much more detail.
So much, sometimes a little too much.
Too much.
But no,
Yes.
it's good. It's good.
Do you have a book that like changed your life? Because I actually do have a book that changed my life.
Do I have a book that specifically changed my life? What's your book?
It's called When You Reach Me. It's about this woman. She's this girl growing up in New York in the 70s with a single mom. And they're really obsessed with, oh my God, it's literally the best book ever. It reminds
Right.
me
I
so
need
much
to
of
read
my
it.
mom, which is why I love it so much. I think I've read it like 4 or 5 times. She is going to school and her mom is auditioning to be on this like Wheel of Fortune type game show. And yeah, you'll see what happens. It's pretty crazy. And like as someone whose mom grew up in New York in like the 70s, like it reminds me a lot of her. So like that's why I love it. But I think you would really, really, really like it. It's very well
I'll
written.
pop it on the list.
Yeah, you have to. It's seriously, it's so incredible. It goes in a direction you are not expecting, and like, oh my God, it's literally the best book ever.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
love When You Reach Me.
I'll go grab it at the bookstore after this.
Yes, yes. I honestly might. If you get it, I will reread it with you.
Oh my God. Our own little book
Our
club.
own little book club, or we could do it with the lovers.
We could do it with the lovers. The lovers are always invited.
Yes,
Yeah.
always. So do you have a book that changed your life, or?
There was a book I read called The Summer Book by
Mhm.
Tove Jansson that was just, I don't know if it like specifically changed my life, but I think it just like really touched me
Yeah.
and kind of got me back into reading as well. And it was, so I made it like the first book of the book club like over a year ago. But it is just the sweetest little, do you know the Moomin characters? The little Moomins?
Mm-mm.
They're really cute.
What are they?
They're little figures.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Growing up, it's a Finnish like story,
Okay.
and the author is Finnish. Anyway, she illustrated the Moomins.
Do people speak Finnish in Iceland?
No, they speak Icelandic.
Okay, right.
Mhm.
Sorry. Yes.
Oh, don't be sorry.
Okay, because I was like, wait, like, what do they speak in Iceland? It's Icelandic. So do you speak
Icelandic.
fluent Icelandic?
I do. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
It's it's cool,
I mean, I guess
but
that's
it's
like your
so
where you were
useless.
lived.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because nobody speaks it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means useful to you when you go home.
You know what? It's actually really useful as a secret language.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, were you and Yunya? Like,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And so we always have like a little room.
And you just like can
Yeah.
like talk a little shit.
No, when
in
we want to mess
Icelandic.
with people, we switch to Icelandic, and they think we're like back talking when we're really just like talking about the weather or something.
Oh, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
need to visit Iceland. When's the last time you were there?
A week ago.
Oh, whoa. So you go back a
Yeah.
lot.
I do, yeah.
Have you played a hometown show yet?
I have, yeah.
And what was that like?
It was just honestly so emotional. Like
Oh, yeah.
I was a little bit nervous for those shows, I think.
Yeah.
I think because for my concerts here or anywhere else, they feel just fun, like parties and casual and very like fairy tale like, whereas like that going back to Iceland felt like, I think this time around, like I played there in March, it felt like coming home after it felt like coming home after like a sports win or something. Like it
Yes,
felt
yes.
formal in a way. And like it was formal because like it wasn't only just like kids, like it was a really, really diverse mix of age groups, and also like a lot of politicians were there, like
Oh,
the
wow.
president and the prime minister were there.
Oh my
and
God.
like so it was very formal in
Right.
that way. And it was in the same concert hall that that my mother plays. She plays in the Iceland Symphony, so like the Iceland Symphony plays there, and I grew up going there, so it felt it was amazing. Like it was transformative,
Right.
and I feel like I really like getting to go back to a place like that. And I played 3 shows in a row, and it felt, going back to that space, like the last time I was there as a kid, I felt so lost and confused, and I didn't know what to do, and I also didn't feel like I belonged. And getting to go back there, having kind of getting to do all these cool things with like knowing that I'm an Icelandic girl, and then coming back and kind of like putting my pole down and being like, yeah, this is like, this is where I'm from. And I've really proved myself. And I feel like I'd kind of hopefully done something in a way for the country and for my country. It felt, yeah, it was a mess of emotions. I like cried every single day.
Oh, that's incredible.
But like in a good way.
I know in this post-COVID TikTok world, I feel like things happen very fast.
So
it's much
fast.
less of a slow burn. Like things kind of just like picked up. But were there ever moments where you stopped and were like, oh my God?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, the Grammys were definitely
Yeah.
one of those. I was just like, whoa, like what? I don't know. I feel like I still haven't really been able to process it because I've just been touring since, and
Right.
it's been such a whirlwind. But I feel like, yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I'm playing the Hollywood Bowl in a couple of weeks.
I love the Hollywood Bowl.
Really? You should come.
Wait, what date are you performing?
August 7th.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, pull up.
I'm here.
Pull
I'm
up.
here. I'm pretty sure I'm here.
Pull up.
I'm going to come to the Hollywood Bowl.
If you're here, you must come.
Yes.
It's with I'm playing an opening set with my band.
Okay.
So, and then the other half is with the Los Angeles Philharmonic. So it's going to
That's
be like a
incredible.
symphony concert under the stars. And,
Oh my God.
and
Sign me up. I'm in my Laufey.
yes,
jazz,
bring like a little bit of
traditional
wine. Like,
pop
yeah,
era.
it will be so cute. And so I feel like when I sold that concert out, I was like,
You sold out the Hollywood Bowl. Oh my God, I didn't even realize that. That's crazy.
oh, I can't believe it.
That's
So that was
crazy.
definitely one of the moments where I was like, oh my God, like Los Angeles is my new home.
Right.
You know, like I moved here 3 years ago, and to get to play, hopefully it goes well, to get to play and sell tickets in a venue like that in this new city for me, that is my new home, is so emotional as well.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Like, thank you for adopting me, LA.
Oh my God. LA is so, I don't speak for LA, but I know LA is smiling and so happy to have you.
It's really special. I feel like I feel more like myself than I've ever felt before. I'm more anxious than I've ever been.
But you know what? At least you feel like yourself. Like, I feel like I also relate to that. Like, I have been just like these past few weeks, this summer, I've just been very, very anxious. I don't know what's going on. But
We need to check like the charts.
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
What's your star sign, speaking of?
I'm a Taurus.
I love Taurus. My mom's a Taurus. Louise is a Taurus. I have so many Taurus in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Scorpio rising.
You are?
Yeah.
What's your moon?
Leo.
That is a very interesting 3.
Really?
Because, like, Leos are very, like, out, like, center of attention. Scorpios
Right.
are very dark. And then Taurus are very, like, grounded.
I think the Leo Scorpio is like the performer in me. Like that's the part that like
Right.
goes out and is like, you know.
Yeah.
Then Taurus is like, I just like being home. Like I
Yes,
crave family
reading.
and safety and reading and
Oh, Taurus are the best. My rising and moon are both Geminis, which is
ooh.
crazy. Yeah, it's intense. But I think that's why I'm able to, like, talk all the time.
Mhm.
It's because I have so much Gemini in me.
I love that though.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to choose to look at it.
Yes.
You
No, I
know?
love that. No, being a talker is so important.
Yeah, it is. It
and
is.
I just like I get along best with people who just like we're like talking over each other and we're
yeah,
like
okay, that makes me feel so much better.
oh my God, no. Like
Okay.
me and my sister, if the 3 of us were here, she literally cannot stop talking. We sometimes like with our friends, like we have to be like, can I have the talking stick?
Yeah. That's when you know
this
you're
like
with your best
proverbial
friends,
talking
though.
stick. Yeah. Honestly, the talking stick has saved a lot of conversations.
It really does. And especially my friend group, like, we're all always talking over each other.
That's the best.
Speaking of talking, my favorite TikTok of yours ever, ever. I was crying, laughing. Do you know which one I'm about to say?
No, I have no clue.
It was someone playing from the start, and like it was like a rap song over it. And you duetted it, and you were like, "You guys, seriously, stop leaking the deluxe. Like, this isn't cool anymore." Like,
it was so funny.
Like, it's literally my favorite TikTok ever. I was like, "Oh, this is funny."
Oh my god, thank you. I thought that was. It's so funny. The ones that you make like in like 2 seconds are usually like the ones that end up being like.
I know.
Memorable.
I know.
No, I heard that, and it was. I had like a gut reaction of like laughing to that TikTok, and I was like, wait, I should stitch it and say something.
Yeah, it was so good. Your delivery of it was it was perfect. It was a really funny TikTok.
I think people also think that I don't like swear or like whatever.
Right.
And I'm such a potty mouth, so I was like, I'll throw it in there.
Yeah, like whatever. Like it's not fucking cool, guys.
Yeah, don't fucking do this.
Okay, well, are you ready to get into the Tell Me What's Wrongs?
Yes.
Do you know about the Tell Me What's Wrongs?
Yes. So people have sent in their qualms of the week.
The qualms of the week, and we prescribe them remedies.
Oh. Wow. This looks perfect.
Yeah, this
for me.
Yeah, you will love this. There's this boy I've been talking to for a couple of weeks, and it's been going really well. But after we hung out last Saturday, he stopped talking to me. I think it's because he's talked about missing out on his 20s having a girlfriend, but IDK what to do. Huh.
Drop it.
It's
not worth it.
Not worth it?
No. Like, don't waste your time trying to do that. Like, if he's obviously made his decision, and you deserve to be you want someone to want you.
Right, and I feel like it took me so long to learn that you can't force someone to want you.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
You can't. They are going to be in whatever, mindset that they are in.
100%.
You can't change that.
As much as you want to.
Unfortunately. And like, girl, you deserve better.
Yeah,
Find someone who wants you and is going to treat you well and isn't like contemplating whether or not they are ready for a relationship or not. Like, if you're ready, don't waste your time.
I'm going to prescribe 22 by Taylor Swift, because if you're in your 20s, like, just listen to it. You'll feel better about being single.
Are we prescribing songs?
You can prescribe songs, books, movies.
Songs,
yes.
Books and movies. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Do you have any idea?
I like to listen to Independent Woman
by Destiny's Child. I fucking love that song.
That song, I will drive in my car and be like near
collision.
Not fast. No. Slow. But the energy will be fast.
Yes.
Because that song is like the most like empowering song ever. And anytime you're feeling down about yourself, just listen, because that is you.
Is that it? Oh, my ladies, independent, throw your hands up at me. I love that song.
It's so good.
Okay, so we prescribe 22 by Taylor Swift and Independent Woman by Destiny's Child. And Drop Him.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I've been having intimate dreams about my best friend's brother. I fear I might have a crush on him. I know, however, she would have a bad reaction to this. Help me kick this addiction.
I do kind of know a song that specifically describes this situation.
Are we thinking about Best Friend's Brother from Victorious?
Yeah. Oh, no.
What were you thinking of?
There's a Maisie Peters song called Kate's Brother.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
I love Maisie Peters.
Yeah, but she's such a cutie.
She's the best.
And her songs are really good for like
the best.
Very specific situations.
Yeah, because she's
where you need to get over something. Kate's Brother is great for that.
Okay, yeah.
It's because it's kind of like shows that it's like harmless fun. What do you think?
I think the friendship is probably great, way more important.
If it's just like a hookup, if you're not like, oh my god, this is my soulmate.
Like, what's the point?
What's the point?
Like.
I say honesty is the best policy.
Right.
So like I just generally be open about it.
Like if
if your friend is like no, then like you kind of
you know what you were and then you were honest and you got that reaction and that's it.
Yeah.
But I think don't act on it, and if you either drop it and don't act on it, or if you want to act on it, speak to your friend first.
Yeah, I always say honesty is the best policy. That's like one of the things I've truly been preaching in the past 2 years. Like I had such little relationship experience growing up. Like I didn't date until I was like, I think I went on my first date when I was like 20.
No, I literally still haven't had a boyfriend. I'm 24.
It took me a long time to get a boyfriend, truly. Yeah. And it first of all, it's a beautiful thing because that just means you know what you want, and it means you're specific. And you could have picked up a boyfriend a long time ago, but you just decided not to because you have refined like taste.
Yeah.
And also that usually means you're surrounded by good friends.
Oh, whoa. I love that take on that.
Because your standard for the people that you're around is high.
Oh, whoa. You have seriously one of the best outlooks on life I've ever seen.
Stop.
You're like filled with wisdom from Nora Jones.
I have so much anxiety, so I'm always trying to like rationalize everything.
Yeah.
And also like give everything meaning and whatever. But
oh, God, yeah. Is it the worst when you realize some things just don't have meaning?
Everything has meaning.
Oh.
Everything has meaning, and everything is for a reason.
Okay, love that. I'm going to go with that then. And we prescribe to this girl, Best Friend's Brother and Kate's Brother by Maisie Peters. Best Friend's Brother, obviously, off the Victoria soundtrack.
Yes.
This guy I recently started hooking up with is perfect. We've been on a few dates. He's such a gentleman and always buys me things, but the intimacy is bad. B-A-D, please help.
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
I don't know how to answer that because I haven't even gotten sometimes I'm like, why am I even qualified to be having a podcast called Therapuss when I don't even know how to answer relationship-centered questions? Like, I don't know what she should do. I think intimacy can change, but character can't, is my take on that. And if he has great character, then...
That intimacy can't change?
Can change.
Oh, totally.
Like, the more comfortable they get with each other, the better their romantic life will be. But if his character is so good and he's treating you so well, that's you can't change someone's character.
You can't. I completely agree. I think intimacy is something that you can really like foster and learn with each other.
Right.
And sometimes like it's the same as like when you meet a person and they're cold at first. And you're like, you go back and you're like, what a bitch.
Yeah.
And then you meet them again and you become really good friends. And it's because maybe at first they're like having a bad day or they have a bit of social anxiety. Like not everyone is the same person when you meet them first and when you get to know them better. Right. And I think intimacy is the same.
100%. And those people that you meet and you're like, oh, they were such a bitch. Like those end up being your best friends.
Yes. Oh my God.
Always.
Yeah.
Like every single time, like clockwork. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to prescribe to that. I'm trying to think of like something where I don't know.
Watch a good rom-com.
A good rom-com.
Where a guy is treating a girl really, really right. And remind yourself of what you deserve.
Have you seen Clueless?
Yes.
Why is it giving me kind of Clueless vibes with like it's Paul Rudd, right?
Yeah.
And Alicia Silverstone like wants some other guy, but really Paul Rudd's the guy for her the whole time. Mm-hmm. Like I prescribe like a Clueless movie, John Tucker Must Die movie.
Yeah.
You know, like something like where they're looking in the wrong places and.
Right. Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's very smart.
Sometimes it's just right in front of you. But I am firm believer in the fact that you can't change character.
You cannot change character. Intimacy is something that you can foster and grow. And when you learn each other more, sometimes people are shy.
Yeah. And he could be anxious.
He could be anxious.
Yeah. Maybe he just really likes you.
He just really likes you. This is fun.
You like this?
Yeah, I love it.
It's fun, right?
It's so fun.
It makes you feel like a little seen.
Yeah,
you know?
It
You're
does.
like, oh, okay. Other people have this. It's like when you're like in school and you're like, did you do the homework? And someone's like, no. And you're like, okay, me either. That's like kind of what this feels like.
Oh my God. It's the exact same thing. I mean, that's the whole reason I write songs.
Yeah.
I'll write about these like hyper specific like stories and emotions that I go through. And then people are like, I felt exactly like that. And I'm like, oh, thank God I'm not the only one.
What is like a song that you wrote that you were like, I really hope people see this and resonate with it, and they did, and like it made you feel so seen? Like what song was that for you?
Oh my God. I mean, I feel like every song. I mean, I have a song called Promise that I feel like just like was me spitting out all these like anxious thoughts and like push and pull and like feeling a little crazy. And the fact that people resonate with that is like, okay, maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe relationships and crushes and whatever are this extremely complicated thing. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Maybe that.
That was always like my dream to be like a singer, so I could like write a song and like sing it and have like, what's the feeling like when someone sings their song back to you? Like, is that not the best feeling in the entire world?
It is. That's being seen.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. That's somebody taking time out of their day taking precious minutes of their life to learn and familiarize themselves with something that you created.
Right.
You can't put a price on that. That's
Priceless.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh my God. If I could oh my God, that is just seriously, it sounds like crack. Like hearing like everyone like.
That's why musicians are crazy.
Yeah. You are not crazy though. You are like so grounded and so wise. And like you have a really good head on your shoulders.
I'm like, I want to say like I can be a little crazy, but everything I say right now is going to come out in this extremely like Debbie Ryan-esque.
Oh my God.
I'm so scared of being like, I can be a little crazy.
Oh yeah, what did she say again? And she was like, I'm just always on the move.
Yeah.
Like,
there's so many things. I'm like, or like I do cuss a little. Like
Yeah,
anything I
totally-
say is gonna be along those lines right now.
I totally get that. I said something like
my
that.
mind can be a little
I said something like that on like in an interview the other day, and after I like said it, I like knew it was so Debbie Ryan-esque, and I was like, oh my fucking God.
No, I mean living publicly like this and filming yourself a lot just means that everything's like fair game for memery.
It is.
So you just gotta be ready. And these
It's
kids
crazy.
are smart and they're funny.
It's
fucking funny.
It's crazy how they're funny and they're clever, and it's crazy how the media landscape has changed so much. Because like while tabloids have gotten nicer, like in the
Social
2000s
media.
you didn't have the comment section.
Oh,
now you
yeah.
have and that's kind of like and Reddit is like the new tabloid. Like
I know.
you know
it's
when
so scary.
it's so scary. It's just it's like everyone thinks like we've progressed so much as a society, but like not really. Like we've just found different mediums to be hateful in.
No, and people hide behind screens.
Yeah.
Which is not nice.
It's not nice.
I'm not hiding.
I don't hide. We're here.
I've never done anything subtle in my entire life.
Ever in my entire life. I couldn't if I tried.
I couldn't. I mean, my mouth is
Yeah, it's
open
constant.
all the time.
All
constant.
the time. It's all I do is talk.
Yeah, I couldn't hold my problems in to the extent that I had to like write songs about them.
Yeah.
And now it's my career.
And now it's your fucking career and you won a Grammy for it. And you're on a sold out tour. So sometimes talking a lot is a good thing.
It's always a good thing.
Jake, I'm developing feelings for my guy best friend of 4 years. Ooh. That is rough.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. And that's the problem.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That is, I love friends to lovers.
I know, me too, but I've never had that. So like I'm like always a little jealous. I don't know, like, oh my God, well, I know the best movie to prescribe. Have you seen 13 Going on 30?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to prescribe. Because isn't she best friends with, what's his name? And then
Yes.
Mark
Ruffalo.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I love Mark Ruffalo.
That movie is so good.
I love 13 Going on 30. That and like Devil Wears Prada and like all those like like those are like my favorite movies.
Prime. I prescribe my song From the Start.
Yes, and we prescribed From the Start by Laufey. Yes.
Because that is exactly what that song is about. It's about that sinking feeling when you're like in love with like a friend.
Right.
And they're like in love with someone else maybe.
Is that why in the music video you're playing Cupid? And
Yeah.
you're like, that's the From the Start music video,
That's
right?
the From the Start music video,
and
yeah.
You're like shooting
That's become
arrows.
quite the internet meme.
Wait, why? Wait,
Just,
it
like,
has?
people are like stitching me going like that in with like any kind of video of someone falling down and being like me taking them down.
But that's amazing.
It's hilarious.
That's
So
amazing.
Funny. I know. But yeah. Anyways, back to tangents. Just like cannot tell.
But that's
stories
okay.
straightly.
This is a safe space for tangents. Like that's what we're supposed to do.
Beautiful. But yes, From the Start. It is literally about that. It is about falling in love with a friend and maybe having to listen to them describe how they like saw a cute girl over the weekend, and you just have to sit there and be like.
So if you want a movie, 13 Going on 30, and if you want to listen to a song, From the Start by Laufey.
I'd say bask in it. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. Sometimes.
It's all good stories.
It's all good stories.
Yeah.
That is true. Everything does make a good story.
Yeah.
Oh. I literally don't get men. This one guy didn't check Hinge for weeks and then reached back out and gave me his snap. Now he's kind of blowing me off while his score is going up. What should I do? I want to just give up. Joe.
Give up.
Give up. Like,
Give up.
I don't like these dating apps. Were you ever on the dating apps or
Like, kind of, not really.
they're really draining?
Yeah, it's definitely yeah, it takes a layer of magic away. But also I recognize that like for a lot of situations that is like that is how people meet nowadays.
Right.
So like that is of course what you gravitate to first. I think I'm just so like, if someone's not giving me the time of day or
Right.
attention, someone else will. So I'm moving on.
Right.
That is just like how I've like lived my life when
Yeah,
it
and
comes
I
to
think
dating in the
that's the-
past few years. Like sitting and pining over somebody that doesn't want you is like such a waste of time, because someone out there does.
I know. And then
They
you
want
just,
those moments with you. Don't spend those precious moments worrying about a guy whose snap score is going up.
Yeah, that's like, you don't need to. I prescribe Miss Moving On by Fifth Harmony.
Banger.
Yeah, banger, right?
Heater.
Yeah.
Heater, yeah.
I love Fifth Harmony. Every song, just banger after banger.
I know, it was
Another
really
one,
good.
thank you. You know that like sound?
Yeah.
So do you have it? Wait, sorry, I didn't mean to. Do you have anything to prescribe? Crowd, you can speak up too if you have one in mind.
What is that?
I just opened up my phone and saw my feet.
Oh, I was thinking of Sue Me.
By Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah.
Okay, so Louise prescribes Sue Me by Sabrina Carpenter.
It's, yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
So I'm dating my first love's best friend, and I still feel like there is something there between me and my first love when we all hang out.
Woo.
Well, that's just putting yourself into a bit of a mess.
Woo. Okay, first of all, you're living in a movie.
You are living in a movie. Romanticize it, because that's
Kind of
incredible.
sick. That's amazing. Like, write a book,
Mm-hmm.
or make a movie,
Or write a song.
or do like a 20-part TikTok series about it. I want to hear about it. Like, I
Yes.
want to hear, how did that happen?
How did that
How
happen?
do you do that?
Oh, I would love a 20-part TikTok series on this. That's like, I love that, like, that's like, right, that's happening right now. Like, we were driving to Vegas the other day, and we were just like playing, we were playing Brooks on like repeat.
As,
like,
as was everyone else.
yeah, like over, and we
And
were like,
me.
no, like it felt like a podcast episode, literally.
I know. I'm like, I put a towel in my hair. I sit down on my bed, and I'm like double X speed. I watch all of it, and I'm like,
It's just fascinating.
I know.
It's just fascinating.
It is really like the modern day, like gossip column.
It
really
is.
is.
It is.
But anywho, what were we saying?
I forget. So, you know what? We prescribe that you keep living in this movie, but you turn it
Oh,
into
yes,
art at
of
some
course.
point.
Turn it into art.
Yes.
That's what I do. But also, that's that's such a good story.
Like, write your feelings down.
Write your feelings down. These are natural human emotions.
Yeah.
Of course, if that's your first love, like you're gonna be attached to them in a certain way, and but then also always be a little boring piece of advice. Always be open and communicative.
That is true.
So there isn't like something weird festering.
Right.
You know, like if they ask you about it, just be honest.
Also, remember that you always want what you can't have. And then sometimes.
Maybe you're romanticizing the situation.
Yeah. You always want what you
Yeah.
can't have. And then when you have it, sometimes you're like over it.
You're so funny.
Really? Thank you.
I'm just like you are literally so funny. I literally when you like were doing those videos first, and like I kept on sending them to my sister. I was like, this person is a genius.
Thank you. It took a lot of weed.
Really?
Yeah, a lot. Like,
Does that calm you down?
it really depends.
It makes me so anxious. I can't.
I
do it.
know. I totally see that. I see that like you high would be anxious. Like I totally get that vibe. It really depends. I have like
Right.
10 minutes of pure bliss and creativity where I'll like bust out all this like skits and ideas, and then like I'll have 50 minutes of like biting my nails and like panicking.
That sounds like you sound like a true artist.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
we'd helps. Yeah. So this guy I was talking to randomly asked me what my favorite flowers are. I told him tulips, and he proceeded to ask me what color, so I said pink. We were talking for a little over a month and went on 2 official dates. He never bought me flowers. I feel insane. So is he just like talking to talk?
Sounds like it.
I don't love that.
Listen, go to Trader Joe's. Like they aren't expensive. Like it's such a good deal, and the tulips are beautiful.
I hate when
Lots
men,
of pink ones
I hate
too.
when men are just people in general, like try to like
That's a controversial statement.
yeah. Like, No, like I hate when they're like trying to like win brownie points by like
Yeah,
asking you stuff and then like never following through.
Never
like, wait, I'm
follow
not
through.
gonna personally. I'm not forgetting. So like, what do you think's going on here?
Right, exactly.
Like obviously they didn't forget that this guy was like, what are your favorite flowers?
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
somebody there will remember flowers.
Somebody will remember to buy you
when
flowers.
somebody remembers to buy you flowers and somebody is nice and gives you the time of day, it is the sweetest thing in the world, and it exists, and everybody should know that.
I need that. I'm in my like brat summer era right now, but like I need to like, I haven't hooked up with one person. One person. It is about to be fucking August, and I'm on prep. And
We're
like,
in LA. Summer just started.
You need to come over every day because you're really validating everything in my head.
Summer literally just don't. Yeah, summer's not over. Are you kidding me?
Summer's not fucking over. Do you like Patrick?
I love Patrick.
Patrick loves you. This is Patrick and Penelope. Or
Penelope.
Sorry, she's screaming at me. It's Cassandra.
I love Cassandra.
Yeah, Cassandra's the best. She's a diva. She's gonna come on tour with me.
Oh my god! Congratulations on your tour.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you. I just announced. I'm super nervous, but
Oh my god, that'll be so fun. Are you gonna be in like a van or a bus?
a
Or,
bus.
like,
Do you do a bus as well?
I do a bus.
What's it like? Like, what do you like?
Do you want tips?
Yes, I do want tips.
Okay. So your number one priority, it's gotta smell good.
Okay.
That is the first thing to go.
Okay.
The scent, gone
Right.
if you don't take care of it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So having like little things like
Not to sound like a crazy person, but like I'm really afraid of refrigerators in the sense that like I hate when stuff like gets combined like food. So I think my this is like satanic. My rule for the bus. Are you ready for this? No leftovers allowed. Done.
that's not crazy. You're not gonna be eating that much on the bus,
I
honestly.
refuse to have leftovers in
No,
the fridge or any perishables. Yeah.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, I agree with this.
I want to feel comfortable opening the fridge, and I won't if there is any perishable.
Yeah,
food in
and like
there.
I said, scent is the first thing to go. So like that will add into that. So I would say snacks in the bus.
We can have
Meals off the bus.
meals off the bus.
Yeah.
I can't do the. Okay. What do you have any other tips?
Yes.
These are really helping because like I'm like making
yes.
meals already.
Get earplugs.
Like what do you like?
Just earplugs.
Yeah,
Of
not like
any
headphones, like
kind.
earplugs.
Well, yeah, because you're sleeping.
Oh,
for
okay,
sleeping.
okay.
Yeah, get earplugs for sleeping. Good sleep mask. Just really close yourself in.
Okay.
Like make yourself as cozy as possible, because you're gonna shake around a little bit and it's kind of dark.
Do you like the bus though? Is it an enjoyable experience?
I have a toxic relationship with the bus.
Right.
Because sometimes I'll like love it and get used to it and want to be on the bus. And then I'll have one completely sleepless night and I'm like,
Yeah, like this is the
Go
worst thing of all.
bus.
And then you still have to do a show.
but then I'm like, it's so fun on the bus. So
Yeah.
then I want to go back on the bus. So like I said, like a bit of a toxic relationship.
Do you get like really close with everyone on the bus?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
it's just
so
on tour.
excited.
Everyone gets really close and we're all traveling together and it's like, it's so fun. It's like my family.
Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
It is so fun.
I want to see how you decorated your room on the bus. I want to see like.
I was honestly, what I did was I invested in my sheets.
Yeah, that's
I
what
didn't
I'm gonna
use
be
the
doing.
bus sheets. Like I brought my own Scandinavian,
Whoa,
like washed cotton.
whoa. Are they soft?
They're like not. They're like kind of crispy soft.
Send me them immediately after this.
I will. It's. I have it in like a ton of different colors, and it's like a hotel.
Yeah.
I'm like I completely made it like a little hotel.
Oh, I'm addicted to this. So
I have
no
a
food in my
little
fridge and candles. This is our last one. Are you ready?
No,
I know.
I never want this to end.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
I want
love
to
when people
insert
say
myself
that.
into people's lives all day.
No, that's the best. I'm having so much fun with you.
Oh, stop.
I
I'm
knew we
having
were
so
gonna
much
have fun, but I really am having a lot of fun
Oh
with
yeah.
you. I feel like I haven't been this calm. You elicit such a calming vibe for everyone.
Thank you.
I feel like I haven't been this relaxed in like forever. Usually I'm like spitting on the mic and like twitching. My ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend has been going up to people, telling them that I hate her and to stay away from me. I literally don't know her. Like, I couldn't even tell you her last name. What should I do? Stay unbothered.
Somebody sounds insecure, and that's not your problem.
They are projecting.
They are projecting.
They are projecting. Be
That's
insecure.
good. That's awesome. Wow, you made her nervous
Yeah. You
kinda
have
sick.
her shaking by doing nothing.
by doing nothing. So
Like-
keep doing nothing.
Don't say a word. Like no one's actually gonna stay away from you. That would be
Yeah,
crazy.
No one's actually gonna stay away
So
from
just
you.
be unbothered. I'm trying to think of like a song about like being unbothered.
Me and my like sad song playlist.
Maybe watch like I don't know. I feel like whenever I'm trying to be unbothered, I always look to Alex Earl. She's like the queen of being unbothered. She's
Yeah.
like
No,
whatever.
I genuinely like wish I could like live my life through her
Right.
lens. She looks like she just like does her own thing.
And you know what? It's really inspiring to be around. Like whenever I'm really anxious about something and like I'm with her, she's like always like gives me actual like really sane advice on how to stay unbothered through it all.
Yeah. No, I honestly one of the most important things you can have in this life is a friend who is unbothered.
Yeah.
If you like if we were to give each other advice, we'd probably like go into an anxious spiral together.
Yes.
Which is like a really beautiful thing in its own right. But like having a friend that will kind of like just be like, why?
Right. Right.
Like let's
why?
talk through this.
They're just like, why does it matter? Like,
Why does it
shouldn't
matter? Yeah, exactly.
Like-
Whereas like I'll be like, I felt like that too last
Yeah,
week, and then
like,
all of a
oh my God,
sudden
that
we're like
happened to me.
analyzing our childhood trauma. Yeah.
What that's like me and my best friend Julia. Like I'll be talking to her about something and I'll be like, well, I'll be really anxious because of this. And she's like, oh, I never thought about it like that. And I'm like, oh, that's not the response I wanted. Like, fuck. But yeah, I prescribe Alex Earl's content, honestly, to stay unbothered. And I'm trying to think of like
I
literally
prescribe a
any-
hot girl walk.
a hot girl walk and literally any Nicki Minaj song.
Wait.
She's like the unbothered queen.
Yeah.
But like at the same time she
or a
is
Doja
bothered.
Cat song.
Or Doja, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, well, Laufey, what did we learn today?
Ooh. Learned a lot of things.
I learned that I'm stealing your advice from Nora Jones, that there's no right balance, but it's just about your gut and trusting your gut.
Yeah. I mean, I think I like relearned that, if anything. What else have I learned? I mean, through hearing all these, it's like we aren't alone in our experiences.
We aren't. No one's ever had
Not
an
at
original
all.
experience.
No.
And that's okay. It's in fact, that's better.
Yeah, it's better. And anytime you're going through something, whether it's like being in love with your brother's friend or something like that, or going through a breakup, it's something that a lot of people have gone through and they've been fine. So you'll be fine too.
Yes.
And I'll be fine.
And we'll all be fine.
We'll all be fine.
Laufey, thank you for coming on Therapuss.
Having
This was
me.
really, really fun.
It was
And
so
congrats on the Grammy. Congrats on the sold out tour. Congrats on the deluxe album. Congrats on everything.
Thank
You deserve
you.
every
Congrats on
piece of
everything
it.
with you.
Yeah, all my pusses.
Congrats on everything. I'm so excited for your tour.
Oh, I'm so excited for
God.
your tour. Well, can I get a little bye pussies?
Yes. Which camera should I look into? Bye, pussies.
Love you, pussies.
Hi, pussies. Put your tents up, tense up.